Welcome to this e-lecture, which will be about causality. And let's first start with the most basic effect in causal analysis, and that's direct effects. So this is a causal model illustrating the direct effect of sex on income. And we have a direct effect when an independent variable exerts direct influence on the dependent variable. And if for the sake of the example, we can say that the high value on sex are men and the low value are women. So if and of course on income, high values are higher income and low values are low income. So if there's a positive effect, increasing positive values on the independent variable lead to increasing positive values on the dependent variable. So when you go from looking at women low value to looking at men high value, we see increase in income on average. Of course, we would like there to be none effect at all, because then there would be no income inequality, but there is income inequality between the sexes. And if there's a negative effect, increasing positive values on the independent variable leads to increasing negative values on the dependent variables. That would be the quite opposite. Then it would be that if you go from low value on sex, women, to high value on sex, men, then you would see a decrease in income if there was a negative direct effect. But you can also have indirect causal effects. And that's when A affects B, which in turn affects A affects C, which in turn affects B, and creates a spurious association between A and B. And let me just say that the association between A and B can be also partially spurious, but for the example we can say that it's totally spurious, because then it's the whole effect on from A to B is this then indirect through C. So if it's a positive indirect causal effect, for example, then the association in the causal, the two associations in the causal chain goes in the same direction, so it's either positive or negative. So if this effect from A to C is positive, and this from C to B is positive, then it's positive times positive, which is positive. So then the whole indirect effect is positive. It's a positive indirect causal effect. But if it's negative, this effect of A on C is negative, and this effect of C on B is negative, then it's also positive, because negative times negative is positive. But it can also be a negative indirect causal effect, because if the effect of A on C is positive and the effect of C on B is negative, then it's positive times negative is negative, or negative times positive is negative. So then the two associations in the causal chains go in the opposite direction. So if both causal effects have the same sign, the correlation between A and B is positive. But if the causal effects have different signs, the correlation between B and C is negative. But in this example, we can say that the whole effect of A on B is an indirect effect. So this one is totally spurious. But it can also be, we can also have a situation where we find an association between C and B, which is totally spurious, because we have this variable A, which comes previous in time and affects both C and affects B. So it can be a positive spurious association if the third variable influenced two variables in the same direction. So this effect on C is negative and this effect on B is negative, then this spurious association will be positive, because negative times negative is positive. Or this one is positive and this one is positive, then this spurious association will also be positive, because positive times positive is positive. Or you have a negative spurious association if the third variable influences the two variables in the opposite direction. So if the effect of A on C is positive, but the effect of A on B is negative, then this spurious association will be negative, because positive times negative is negative, or negative times positive is negative. So if A affects B and C in the same direction, the correlation between the two letters becomes positive. But if A affects B and C in different directions, the correlation between the later is negative. And we can also have a situation where we have interaction, and that means that the effect of A on B is dependent on the value each unit have on the variable C. So we can have different strength. For example, the causal effect of independent variables is stronger for some social groups than for others. So if you have a high value, or it depends on your value, the effect of the strength of the effect of A on B depends on the value of C. Or different directions. The causal effect of the independent variable is positive for some social group and negative for others. If, how, and how strong A affects B is depending on C. That meaning that in the sense that the causal effect is context sensitive, and the combination of the two or several causal factors cause the effect to emerge. So that was the e-lecture on causality. Thank you so much.